Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. At the time I'm recording this, Embark just announced a brand new and very exciting update for our creators going live on February 24th, which is in the 5 days as I'm filming this. This update is known as the Hurricane map condition, and it's not just a visual change. We're talking about new weather mechanics that affects movement, stamina, visibility, shields, and the PvP in general, which is going to be really exciting in my opinion. On top of all that, we're also expecting new skins and cosmetics items, giving players even more ways to customize their raiders. So let's break down exactly what the Hurricane update is bringing and why this might be one of the most impactful changes our creators has seen so far. Drop a like and let's dive in. So, according to Embark, this event is taking place in the Rust Belt. We all familiar with the Rust Belt and the whole universe our creators so far, and the year this event is happening is in 2181. The climate became unstable and violent weather events are becoming more and more common, which leads to hurricane happening more and more often. On February 24th, a hurricane will strike southern Italy, creating a new hurricane map condition. So this is not just a limited time visual event, it's going to directly affect gameplay system and decision making on the surface of us who are going into the raids, which is going to be really interesting, and we're just going to break it why it's going to be interesting with this whole update. So the biggest change, as we all would guess, is going to be the wind system. Moving with the wind makes you feel faster and more agile, but fighting against it slows you down and drains your stamina much faster. And it doesn't stop there. Throwables like grenades behave differently, meaning you'll need to relearn trajectories, and that's going to be really exciting to see. Smoke, gas, and even jumping are going to be heavily affected by the hurricane's force. Positioning suddenly matters way more. If you're pushing into the wind, for example, you're going to probably be at disadvantage, and if you're escaping with it, you're basically going to get a speed boost. This alone has the potential to change PvP fights completely, and I'm really excited to see how try-hard PvP players are gonna use wind in their control and how that's gonna change PvP completely. Now, there's one more part of this update that I really want to talk about, and that part is cosmetics and skins. Even though the official blog post doesn't explicitly mention new skins being added, we can clearly see them in the trailer, especially towards the end, and also showcased on the official Art Creators website. And honestly, this is going to be very interesting to see once it's live in the game. In my personal opinion, this might be some of the best looking skins we've seen so far, especially the one on the right. That design just looks so clean, detailed, and very fitting to our creators world. And here's a big plus for a lot of players. Beards are being added as part of the customization options. I know many people have been waiting a long time for this, so that alone is a huge win for customization fans. All of this combined, the hurricane mechanics, the gameplay changes, and these new cosmetics is why I generally think this update could be one of the best and most exciting Our Creators update we've seen so far. But here comes the real problem of this update, and that problem is shields and debris. How the shields are gonna behave on this wind, considering the fact that wind will probably carry a significant amount of debris that can hurt you. The hurricane of course kicks up dirt and debris across the map like all the hurricanes we ever know. Your shield wasn't built to handle this. When debris hit it, the shield glitches and sparks, degrading faster and making you move visible to other raiders. And that's the one thing that we didn't see in the cold snap. In the cold snap, for example, you could freely go out for a certain amount of time until you get affected by the frostbite, and that's when you need to take cover and eventually go out again. But here, something will constantly be happening outside. The debris will constantly flow, constantly making damage to your shield, whatever shield you're wearing, and it's going to be really challenging to see how we all gonna behave in that type of the conditions. So that creates a real conversation, because even Embark said that when the debris are destroying your shield, it's making you more visible in a hurricane to other raiders. So that creates a real decision point. Wearing a shield keeps you protected, but also turn you into a glowing target. We're gonna need to decide will we going to in a raid with a shield, with the risk of being seen by other raiders, or without a shield. In some situations, going shieldless might actually be a smarter play in my opinion, but I think high skill players are probably gonna abuse this, try some other things. Who else know? We all probably gonna know on February 24th, right? Let's now speak about this something that's actually logical with the hurricane, and that part is the visibility and how that's gonna affect the game mechanics in general. So visibility is heavily reduced during the hurricane. low clouds and storm conditions make the surface almost unrecognizable. Arc units will probably become much more harder to spot, and other raiders can easily catch you off guard, which puts you in more risky situations. But here's the interesting part, right? For solo players and stealth-focused playstyles, I think that this might be the biggest buff we've seen so far, right? So the Hurricane doesn't just bring danger, it brings opportunity. Powerful winds can uncover the first wave raider caches containing valuable loot, and that means the most dangerous conditions might offer the best rewards. We're probably gonna expect heavy competition, risky plays, and a lot of more PvP around these areas. We all familiar with valuable loots that can appear on all types of events like the Cold Snap, Night Raids, or the Bird City, but this time it's really gonna be a whole different level because you're probably gonna fight for that cache with the other players, plus the debris, plus the arcs hiding in the Hurricane. That's gonna be real madness. So I'm generally excited to see what's gonna happen there, you know. This is classic high-risk reward design, and it fits Arc Raiders perfectly in my opinion. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much if you watched it all the way to the end. This was everything I wanted to share about the new Arc Raiders update. Again, it's coming on February 24th. I hope we all gonna like it. If you have your own thoughts or opinions, make sure to leave a comment. I would love to hear what you think. And until the next raid, I'll see you. Stay safe.